Hello, everybody. As you're coming up to coming on for the show tonight, get to see me try to set up at the last minute here. Welcome, welcome. Well, it's been quite the week here. How are you? I won't be able to tell till I get you all hooked up here, but fire them off in the comments there, and I'll be able to see it in just a little bit. But we're gonna get going at bottom of the hour at 5:30. We're a little bit early tonight because of a condo association meeting I have to go to. That's a part of my little tidbit in life. It's all fired up. Let's get Facebook up here. Let me see your comments. Or maybe I won't be able to see your comments. All right, we'll go the other route. See if I can't bring you up on the phone here. See if everything is working. All right, well, welcome. Thank you for, oh, there we go. And with us, hello, Courtney. I can see, I can see. Yay. My other laptop just died on me, so might be a wonderful, if you're thinking of, oh boy, we're freezing and all that good stuff. It's going to be a wonderful show tonight. It's been quite a few days here, so yeah. How's life down in Monroe there, Courtney? Yeah. Well, we're gonna talk about my identity getting stolen this weekend. That's wonderful. Actually, it probably happened months ago, but obviously we didn't know about it. So, and there we go. Oops. Things might all come together at the very end in 5 minutes or less. There we go. Exciting in your neck of the woods, huh? There we go. Awesome. Wow, I tell you, some things do come together at the very end here, and sometimes they work out, and sometimes not so much. But tonight we're gonna do it. But I'm gonna talk about my identity getting stolen. A few factoids on that, so that you can be aware. I'm not a Clark Howard, but I can sometimes pretend that on here. But yeah, so we'll hitch up on that. Hi, Ember. And my reaction to that, and a little bit about 9/11. We're on the anniversary of 9/11 today, so we'll see. And boy, did time fly on that one, huh? I think I remember that very day, exactly where I was, what I was doing, and not really sure of what was going on anywhere, right? So thanks for being with me. We will get going in about, what, 3.5 minutes. 3.5 minutes. So if you have any questions or comments along the way, feel free to shout them out in the comments section. Feel free also to share this with all of your friends and relatives and all those important people that you think should be watching this tonight. it's always, we think that it's always someone else that should be watching something, and then it's really us that really needs to be watching. So, all right. Oh my gosh, this might even come up at the last second here. Don't know what I did with the old laptop today, but it's moving really, really slow. But it is working. I was a little panicked there. It was a black screen for a long time. There we go. Slowly, slowly, slowly loading. I like it. Still loading. Press the little go button. And it's still loading. And, oh my gosh, by golly. I love it. There we go. Nice. 2 minutes to go, and I finally got the... Oh, perfect. I am so excited. I'm so excited. There we go. Nice. Now I can see your comments. Feel free to shoot them out there. Yay! Great when things come together, isn't it? About a minute and a half to go before the show, and I really appreciate you all being here tonight. And hopefully you'll get a few tidbits out of this that will help you figure out whether you got some issues with Equifax too. I'm going to give you a couple of those numbers and the website to go to. It's about 50-50. In our office, it was about 50-50 today. So, sorry about the casual look. Got the condo meeting tonight. Maybe I'll go casual every night, huh? Every show. Shout it out in the comments section. Should I go casual? Casual or dressy? Just give me casual or dressy. Put it in the comments section. We'll take a vote tonight. Majority rules. There you go. All right. Countdown has begun. Less than a minute to go, and then we will take your comments and answer any questions at the end of the show tonight. So sit back, relax, and enjoy coming your way. There we go. Maybe there you go, Ember. We'll wear the suit. Go with the suit instead. Suit and tie. I got on my suit and tie, suit and tie. No, don't sing. Okay. Ember says don't sing either. Welcome everybody to tonight's show. I am Dave Stelma. That's how you found me. And tonight's show, we're going to talk about my identity getting stolen, all about Equifax and the lesson it taught me, and a little bit about 9/11 right after the intro. So it's been a treacherous few days. No, I don't know. A learning experience the last few days. All of a sudden got the song Clark Howard's on Facebook. If you're not a fan of Clark Howard, I highly suggest it. Gives you some consumer tips and keeps you informed. And Clark Howard then put out that about the Equifax breach of security. And then the facts started to unravel over the last few days. With myself, then I went to the website, and you can go there, and I'll post that in the comment section below after the show. And I put that on there, or I went to the website, put in my information. It's very simple. Last name and then some other pertinent information. And then you just see if yours could be part of the breach. And I put it in, and lo and behold, hello, yeah, part of the breach. So that wasn't a good thing. And so I started now going, doing all the little, what do I do next? That's the question, right? What do you do after you find out that Equifax, which was supposed to be the company that now, if today I had to educate some people on what Equifax actually does. They have every detail about your life. The three credit reporting bureaus. That's not easy for me to say. That's one of those words, bureau. But the three credit reporting bureaus have everything about everywhere you've lived is listed in there. It's all chronological. So your name, your maiden name, any surnames that you go by in business. If you have had a business, the business names are all going to be put in there also. Birth dates, social security numbers, and beyond. So, and then this is in multi nations or multi countries too, because I talked to a friend that's up in Canada, and same thing. He went in and said, oops, it shows that I had a breach in there, that he had a breach in there. So what do you do next? You have to do your due diligence. As Clark, I follow Clark Howard, as I said at the beginning here. The Equifax, the company itself, is going to give you a year of credit monitoring. And as Clark said in there, and I'll give him full credit on this, he said, why would you trust the credit reporting company that now had a breach and gave off hundreds of thousands of people's information is now in the hands of who knows who, credit card information, dates of birth, social security numbers, all that good stuff there with that breach. Now, why would you trust them? So his suggestion was freeze your account. Just go in. It does cost to unthaw your account, but you're going to freeze your account, which means no one can get any credit history on you without you knowing. So you freeze the account. Now, if you have to go for a car loan, you're going to have to coordinate that to unfreeze it when they're going to do the credit check. So if you're going to go in and do a credit check at all, you have to go in and unthaw that. Now, when you unthaw your account, they're going to charge you money. In the state of Wisconsin, where I live, it's going to be $10. Every time you unthaw your account, it's $10. But there are, I think, 5 states or 6 states that have it that they'll automatically unthaw your account in 7 years. So know those states, but Wisconsin is not one of those. So I have to, or if I totally unthaw my account forever and a day, it's just, then it's $10 to unthaw it permanently. But either way, now the other 2 agencies are going to charge $10 to freeze your account. But in light of everything, I think $10 is probably an easier way to deal with it than trying to pay a lawyer to unravel things and farther. So briefly, the website you go to is Equifax Security 2017. So Equifax Security 2017.com. Go on there, scroll all the way down to the bottom. I can't think of what the button is, but it's a button on the far left. There's 3 buttons on the bottom. Click onto that. That's going to take you to another screen, and then you do that. Otherwise, you can call their 866 number, which is 866-447-7559. 866-447-7559. 7559. Once you start unraveling this, now look at this. Now, we just heard about this, I believe on the 8th is when the news broke. September 8th. Come to find out, this actually happened on July 29th. So July 29th, Equifax figures out they had a breach in their system that allowed people to get in and see people's information. July 29th. Then it happened on the 1st and 2nd. Now, bear in mind, this is August 1st and 2nd. This is over a month ago. August 1st and 2nd. I'm waiting for the... Yeah, we're having some issues on that. We're having some live video interrupted issues. I'm going to shut this down. So on... Ooh, they're not liking me. On August 1st, there we go, August 1st and 2nd then, the 3 top execs of Equifax sold off $2 million of Equifax shares. Yeah, I'm gonna go on the side of Clark Howard on this one also. I think those gentlemen need to go in front and answer some questions on that. As my friend Aaron says, Martha Stewart went to prison for less than that. She went to prison on some information that was given to her. Well, this is direct information that they took from the company and sold out, but supposedly it had nothing to do with their sell-off 2 days after or 3 days after they got the breach, got the announcement that they got the breach, and these are upper execs. So when I read that component to this, that made me a little bit more, felt a little bit more violated, right? Felt a little bit more used. I started feeling a little bit more angry. A little bit of anger in there too, right? And the sad thing to all of this is we're numb to this going on so much. It happens so often in our society today. On either point, breach of security with websites and hackers going in. And as Ember said, why don't these hackers? It takes just as much time to however they're doing this hacking. Why don't these hackers then go on the side of the middle class guy or the lower middle class guy and go in and free up all our debts? Just hack into those accounts and free up all the debts, swipe all the debts clean of all the guys in the bottom 98%. Swipe all the debts clean and give us all a 850 credit score. Wouldn't that, I mean, it takes just as much effort to do that as to steal it and throw these credit cards, because the credit cards are generally not going to be, they're going to be the simple little guy, right? So, hi everybody. Hi Kyle. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to neglect you. Oh, we got a whole bunch of people on tonight. Thank you for joining. Hi Julie. And but it takes just as much, so I'll give Ember the credit on that one because that was her idea and I believe it. I'm all for it too. But anyway, I won't get into that aspect of it. But with my reaction, I want to get into my reaction of this. My reaction to this was first violation. Someone hacked in. What do I do? Oh my gosh. And then the next aspect was kind of numbing myself to the whole experience of it because it happens so much. So my next reaction to that was to the whole Equifax violation or stealing of my identity was now I have to try to go and secure all of my devices, all of everything that Now I have to go and soup up everything that's out there. And, I don't have a lot of credit cards. I don't have a lot of things going on that way. But it's when you, every little thing that you have, they can get into. Now, what happened today was, now I didn't know of all the dates and all this stuff. And so like this last weekend, I got a little warning from eBay, or not, from Facebook, saying that someone was trying to change my password and log into my Facebook account. Well, then Facebook stopped them. They needed verification from me. I went in, I changed my password and all that, and it was, got that cleared up. Well, then 2 days later, yesterday and today, I got an email saying that from eBay, and all I do is buy things every so often randomly on eBay where I can get a better deal on something. And on eBay, it said, I got an email from them saying that someone changed the password on my eBay account. I'm like, what's this about? And then the second follow-up was, thank you for opening an eBay store. So I woke up this morning and I had an eBay store. And I said, Ember, we got an eBay store. And she went, what? And I said, yeah. And that's Ember's real voice in the morning. She does that. What? No. But all of a sudden now I'm like scurrying around going, how do I stop this? Well, how do I, so I had to make a phone call to eBay. I had to log in. I tried to log in using if you know anything about eBay, then you can log in with your phone number and then they text you a code and things like that. Well, I went to do it that way and they changed the phone number. So whoever had that phone number, they hacked into the account. They changed the phone number on the account. The address was the same. And then they opened a store using my account. And I don't even know what that was hooked up to. And then long story short, they had an AOL email address that they used. Really? Who has AOL? Just kidding. If you have AOL, I don't mean to offend you if you're still using that, but seriously, Gmail, come on. Real simple. So, we just keep freezing up with this video. So, so with that all happening, it took me hours to unravel this, but I started thinking to myself, initially you feel anger, you feel violated, and then I started kind of honing in on what I actually was feeling, and we'll see if that even does this. It looks like Facebook is freezing up, but we'll see where that goes. But I started honing in on the feeling that I started asking myself, what am I really feeling? And I felt jealousy towards those executives. Here you have some executives that that took advantage. They're doing fine. It was $2 million, and they probably make more than that in a year, right? They traded $2 million. I felt a little jealousy that way. I don't have $2 million to trade. I don't even have $2 million. So I started kind of analyzing what I was feeling, and there's so many factors that come into that of our past, of how we react to different situations. So I want to talk about that for a little bit. On all different levels, how we react to, like in this case, I reacted first. I was angry first. I was shocked. I was probably more shocked than angry at first. And then I started like coming up to making a solution. I got to make this phone call. I got to make that phone call. What do I got to do? And then started going on and looking for advice. How do you freeze your account? I never froze an account before. People were, Clark Howard saying you got to freeze your account. So I went through kind of his steps and contacted Equifax. No surprise, they were too busy. sorry, check back later. It kept kicking me out of the internet on their website. It kept kicking me out of I tried the phone. That wasn't working. It was too busy on that one. But I started going down, and as in all decisions that you make and all reactions that we have, as the reaction goes longer and you start having to deal with it more, it's like you start to settle down. You start to get a little bit more clearly thinking more clearly, and you start kind of reflecting upon what happened and how you want to react to it. It doesn't matter. Me getting angry doesn't matter. I have no clout. I could call Equifax and yell at them. What is that going to do? That does nothing. I can yell at the people around me. It's not going to do any good either. I can scapegoat that way. Not going to do any good. So, but I have to give myself permission to feel those things. And being a guy in America, we all want to fix the problem. We all want to be the strong one. We're taught that, right? You're supposed to be the strong person. And I'm sure there's many single parents that are out there that can relate to that too, whether you're whatever, if you're male or female. You have to be strong for your children. You have to be strong for your spouse. You have to be strong for, you have to show this strength. Or even at work, you have to, I can make a decision. And you're not supposed to feel these things. So first off, I just want to throw a tidbit out there. Give yourself permission that you can feel these things, because we have emotions inside us, and they're going to either bottle up and release one way or the other. They can be released through illness. They can be released through headaches. They can be released through angst or a physical way of doing it. How many people do you know that have a rough day, and so they go home and they get a bottle of vodka, or they get, they have to have a beer or whatever it is. That's their go-to thing. Well, that's their body reacting to the emotions that are pent up inside of them. So there's different, give yourself permission to feel those feelings, even in something of this sort. It's not, there's nothing we can do, the little guy, the little people, can do to prevent this, other than the software we can buy or freezing our accounts, the little things that are going to probably frustrate us in the big picture, because eventually, if I leave my account frozen, eventually at some point, there's going to be, I'm going to go for a loan, or I'm going to, credit check of some sort, even an insurance score. There's a component of that is your credit. So even on those aspects, you're going to have to unfreeze your account, and it's going to be frustrating, and it's going to be a pain to some degree. But to do that is, it's worth it. But that's all that we can do as far as controlling it. We have no control over Equifax. We have no control over what they do. We can call our representatives, say, hey, you need more laws, but what good are laws? Because you're not going to be able to follow them and make sure that they're adhering to the laws anyway. So, and Facebook has frozen up on me again. So I apologize if you're watching this video. I'm going to guess that on YouTube, it's crystal clear. So I'm just going to suggest everybody go to YouTube. There you go. I'm going to suggest that you do that, because it's going to be probably the best and clearest picture ever. Yep, still going strong. Love it. Love the YouTube. So feel free to go to YouTube. Check that out if you can even hear me. But the last point I wanted to make, and last segment of the night, is about September 11th. We're on the anniversary of September 11th, 16th anniversary of it, and I can't believe it's been 16 years since 9/11, the attack on the World Trade Centers happened. I remember where I was that day. I was at our store, and when it first hit, I was at home. I believe it was like 7:10, whatever the first tower was when it was hit. And I remember listening to Today's Show and Katie Couric coming on there and watching that. And I just, then I took a TV to work because I was like, I wanted to see what was unraveling. And as soon as it happened, I knew something inside because of just I was very much a international news junkie at that point, and I just went, it's got to be Bin Laden. It's got to be Bin Laden. But the point I wanted to get to, as the clock is ticking down in this segment, the point I want to get to with tonight was our reaction. As yesterday, as I was seeing memes being posted and things of people, and a lot of them were never forget, we'll always remember, never forget. And I guess the point that I wanted to make, and I did this yesterday on the meme that I posted, terrorism is all sizes, all shapes, all colors, all ethnicities. I know sometimes we get into the groove of that, a certain sector, whoever you want to blame for life, blame for your life, blame for and not take responsibility for your actions in your life. The people that you want to blame, you try to find someone and you pull that ethnicity out, you pull that type, lifestyle, and we want to blame them. And terrorism itself comes in all shapes and sizes. There's the Timothy McVeighs that are out there, and all different. I mean, within our own boundaries, there's different ones. They don't have to come in. They don't have to look a certain type. And after 9/11 hit, I was just as guilty as anyone, because all of a sudden you started looking at people and you started like, is that going to be a terrorist? And if you're riding on a plane after 9/11, you're very paranoid for a while, because it wasn't just one plane, it was multiple planes that happened. And so the point I wanted to make was, it starts way back in the beginning with any terrorist. And if we can just impose in our little sector of the world, if we can volunteer at the Boys and Girls Club, or if we can anywhere, anything within your community that you can make a difference on the young people today, because that young person, if we teach them love and compassion, it's going to eliminate terrorism altogether eventually at one point in the world. And we can't control what other people do. We can't control people in another country. We can't control anything but ourselves. So if we reach out and we just teach our children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren love and compassion, you're going to eliminate them from joining a gang. You're going to eliminate, and gangs are terrorists. They are. They're pulling in people. They're telling them false lies, and they're training them to do things that are not ethical and are most of the time against the law, right? So we're going to teach love and compassion to anyone that surrounds us in our tribe. And if you do that, we're going to eventually get rid of terrorism. And we're going to have some really great kids growing up and being great adults that then teach love and compassion to their children, and it goes on and on and on. And yeah, I know this, to some of you, they're like, oh, sing Kumbaya, let's all gather around the fire pit. But that's really it. That's the source of it, and that's where it all boils down to, is just having that love and compassion inside of you. If you feel love and compassion for another human being, you're not going to go blow yourself up. You're not going to jump in a car with other people and gang members or whatever and go and shoot up somebody's house. It's just not going to happen. So do whatever you can in your little neck of the woods, okay? Just any little thing that you can do, if it's the Boys and Girls Club, if it's just your own children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, cultivate that. And once we cultivate that enough, if everybody makes an assertive effort and does that in our lives, we will eliminate. There will never be another 9/11 here or in Paris or in London or anywhere, because it all just ripples out. Once you make that effect in the ocean, it all just ripples out. So make that assertive effort and do that. Do that. Thank you for all the activity in the comments section there. I know that this is in Facebook. It looks like it froze up quite a few times. YouTube, crystal clear. Just saying. Maybe you want to tune into YouTube. I broadcast this every week on Facebook and YouTube. It goes out at the same time. Boom. And for some reason, YouTube is just a whole lot better. Check Equifax. Your lessons for this week. Check Equifax. It's EquifaxSecurity2017.com. Go on there. Check to see if your identity got compromised. I love that. And if it is, freeze your account. Just go on there, freeze your account. Equifax will give you 30 days free to freeze your account, and then so we'll see what happens after that. I think it's gonna go longer than that though. But do that, freeze your account, and if you didn't, blah, sing to the heavens. Sing to the heavens on that one. Hallelujah, hallelujah, because there's a lot that did. And then just be good to yourself and be good to others. We'll see you next week. Also, you can sign up for the newsletter. Go on, take the quiz on the website, davestelma.com, and take the quiz there. That'll sign you up for the weekday newsletter. And also offering all the way through September, offering 15-minute discovery sessions. So if you have a question about life, anything, if you want to just go farther, faster, go on there, and I offer that on the newsletter every day. So you can click on there and schedule your 15-minute discovery session. Till then, we'll see you next week, Tuesday, 6:30, I promise. Bye. If you like this video, like my Facebook page or subscribe to my YouTube channel, or find everything at davestelma.com.